What's up YouTube, it's Captain Mountain Bike, and today I'm doing a how to ride the Grudge video. I know I just did a Grudge video last week, but we went back to the Grudge this weekend just because we thought it was super fun, and I'm going to tell you how to ride some of the features on the Grudge, because some of the features are pretty committing. Most of them aren't nearly as hard as they look. They look a lot scarier than they are, especially the big drop on the Grudge. It has a bit of an impact at the bottom, but really if you just float over it, it's fine. But yeah, let's just get started with the video. Alright, so this first part of the trail, it's pretty easy. You kind of just go up on this rock slab, and then you have a little rocky bit down. You don't have to think about it. You can kind of just go down it. Your bike will carry you over it fine. Little slab jump off to the right there. That's pretty fun. It's a pretty harsh landing though, because it's a hug to flat. Here, that thing, some people get scared because they think their wheel's gonna get stuck in there, but really you can kind of just roll over it. Same with there. And then right up here is a section I kind of want to talk about. Right here, you can see that it kind of gets a little bit skinny, and then on the right up here, you have to kind of merge onto this wall and kind of wall ride the side. And then you kind of just give a little tug and kind of plop off the end of that. Yeah, not too difficult. It just scares some people. And then you come up to this section, you just go up and over that rock, and you're enter this slick rock slab thing. That's pretty cool. So there's a section of this slick rock thing right here where you think you might go over the bars, but you really don't. As long as you just let your wheels carry you over, you'll be fine. And you enter this little rhythmic section with some rock slabs. You can kind of you can go pretty fast through this section. You don't really have to use any brakes. There's not many tight turns. You can kind of just rhythm and pump through all this. It's pretty easy. No mandatory drops or anything until right here, where there's a little like 3-4 foot drop into like transition. So it's not too bad. We just have to take a look at it because I had some friends that were riding blind. You just kind of roll down and then just go bloop. You just lift off a little bit. So as you can see there, it's nothing really big at all. You just kind of just pull up off of it, and yeah, you can see my friend here go off it. It's pretty chill. You just, float. Yeah, it gets a little harder from here. Yeah, like I said, it gets a little bit harder from here, but not much. It pretty much stays the same difficulty through the entire thing. It does, I would consider it getting harder though. Yeah, this little flow section. This section is pretty awkward. You gotta make sure you choose the right line. You're kind of pinched by these rocks. And yeah, but you just kind of let your bike takes you over it. And as long as you know how to turn and navigate through rocks, you're fine. Then you got this little flat section. And yeah, it has a few fun little rock features. Like this little jump right here. It doesn't really have a good landing or anything. You can kind of just pop off it, float over. And yeah, you can go over this bit, and you got a little bit rock garden. And then you go onto this slick rock right here that you can really pump and flow through. You can kind of jump through a lot of it. And you're coming up on the big 15-foot Grudge drop, which is right here, as you can see. And yeah, I'm gonna explain how to send it now. Okay, so the main thing you have to keep in mind here is it's mainly just a commitment thing. You gotta really make up your mind that you're gonna do it, but once you actually do it, it's not too bad. You just see all the rocks disappear beneath you. One thing I will say though is it's really easy to get too much speed for this. I've hooked a flat too many times on this drop, and it really hurts your hands because when you hook a flat, it's a good 20 feet down. So yeah, if you just kind of take it at a moderate pace. If you have somebody there that's done it before and knows the right speed, have them take you in, because that really helps. I didn't have somebody take me in or never actually. So yeah, the first few times I do it, I always go way too far off of it. Oh, I landed so deep. Now I'm gonna make a quick little edit of me doing this big drop. you guys enjoyed that edit. So yeah, I'm gonna go do the rest of the trail now. So yeah, after the drop, it mellows out a little bit for a little while. And yeah, it gets pretty flat right here. Climbing for a little bit. And you kind of just go down through this cool little rockwork section. You kind of little pop off that way, go around this corner, up a little bit of a climb. And yeah, you can go around that corner, and then right up here is a little steep little chute thing right here where you can go pretty fast down it. You just kind of plop off, go up over that rock thing, and then you have a pretty techy climb right up here.
Totally doable.
So here's this little techie climb I was talking about. You just, as long as you choose the right line, you can kind of just power over stuff. I did mess up a section up here pretty badly though, and it resulted in a small little crash. I don't even consider it a crash mainly. It's more like I just slid out because the landing was so roughed up here. Yeah, right up here there's two lines. You can go to the left of this, or you can go up and over it like I try to do here, but the landing was so loose it kind of just slid out.
Yeah, I'm good. That wasn't a bad crash.
I'll just continue the trail after this. Yeah, and recovered from the crash. Didn't really have to. It wasn't really bad at all. The rest of this trail is really loose and gets steeper. Techie climb right here, I messed up a bit, pedal striked it. Now this section right here, you can see, it's normally a really fast section, except I let somebody lead who had never ridden the trail before. So I did go a little bit slower through this section. Sorry about that, but yeah, you can still see like kind of what the gist is. This section's pretty rhythmy with some jumps and stuff. And yeah, and then right up here you go right up and over this rock. It's the much better line. And then starting from right here, it gets really steep. Okay, so right here you get these two little rock roll things that are pretty fun. They look a lot scarier than they actually are. You kind of just lean back and let your bike carry you over them. But yeah, once you do them, you'll realize that they actually aren't that bad. Okay, so yeah, after this point, the trail kind of changes its vibe a bit. It gets a lot more steep and loose. Less technical rock-wise. And so, well, this section's a bit. You still have some rocks and stuff. But after you climb up, climb up over this thing that I shifted wrong, my feet slipped off. But yeah, right up here, the trail changes. So here's the place I was talking about where it gets a little bit steeper. Gets pretty loose, drop to the left there, just lands in a bunch of dust, so that's why I don't take that, because the trail's not super well maintained. Going to this pretty steep rock slab, it's not too bad though. This drop is a bit sketchy, you kind of just pull up though, and it's super off camber here, super steep. You definitely can't tell on video how steep it is. But yeah, you're going around this turn. I would say hug the left-hand side because yeah, it's a lot more direct of a line. You don't have to turn across all those ruts, and it lines you up perfectly for this corner. And you can kind of just ride along. Make sure you stay away from the left-hand side with that rock, or else you're gonna hurt your shoulder. And then right here you get a pretty crazy rock section.
It looks harder.
So here's this pretty crazy rock section. You kind of gotta make sure to lean back so you don't get pitched over the bars. And it goes into this weird, like, I don't know if that's rock or dirt or whatever it is, but it has a lot of breaking bumps. And you go over that little rock slab, river canal looking thing. And up here, we ran into a bunch of hikers, so we gotta let them pass. So yeah, after the hikers finally let us pass, we go down, and it's pretty steep and chunky there, but it's not too bad. Okay, so yeah, now we go into some more flowy type stuff. You can definitely, you can trust these corners pretty well. The dirt here is pretty grippy, even though it's loose, but it has grip, and you can kind of let the brakes fly a little bit more here. It gets straight, not really that many tight turns until right at the end here, but you still have plenty of time to slow down. I keep going on the inside of that for some reason. I think that's just the line I take up there. And these berms, they kind of work well together, and they lead into that little rock thing. That's pretty cool. And yeah, we're basically at the end of the trail now. You can kind of just go down this pretty fast, let the brakes run, across this little dried up creek, because we're in SoCal, and that's how we do things up here. And then you basically just climb out of the trail, and you end up at this little place with some jumps, some drops, and I'll put some clips of that in the outro of the video, basically. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come back next week.